Well, well, well. Them chickens done come home to roost. On today's Lamont Tyson Life Games TikTok show, we discuss my main man, Unique, kicking the bucket, just like I told y'all. Now, what I did get wrong, nobody died in the fiery pits of Stefano's hell. But pretty much everything else, I split you right down the middle. We're going to discuss it with a good crew that's going to be here tonight. Let's get it in the Lamont Tyson Life Games YouTube show, TikTok, and Twitter and Instagram. We start right now.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
What's good, y'all? You in the building with y'all knowing, I loving, all feeling, all seeing, all powerful. Give me that. I'm just damn all everything. And it's time for y'all to admit that shit. Host of this Life Games channel, Lamont Tyson. Joining me, ladies and gentlemen, when you need a hammer, you get a hammer. In the building with me tonight is the hammer Moochie. What's going on, Mooch?
What's up? Are you satisfied with this season?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. Why would I not be satisfied? I'm 100% satisfied. There are some people that's not satisfied, Moochie.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why they're not satisfied?
Why?
Because me and you was right about Unique. It ain't that they mad. It ain't that they mad at the writers of Power, because now I'm hearing all this shit talk. Oh, I hate Power. The writing sucks. It's not right. Unique came back. Blah, blah. Shut the hell up. You just mad that your favorite mother's YouTuber got it right. Moochie, that was even YouTubers trying to play us. You know,
yeah.
And if I really want to talk some stuff,
yeah.
If I really want to talk some stuff, I dig in their ass too. But this video ain't for them. This video is for all the people that want to hear our increasingly great, well-credited content and how we felt about episode 10, the finale. So, Moochie, I'm going to pitch it to you, but let me give the fans a little something to watch that I put in my video to get you started. Here we go.
You know, like I know. Until that body shows up, he ain't dead.
If you take anything at all from all this bullshit, take this. When you kill a nigga, make sure he's dead.
So, Moochie, I'm here for you. I'm here for the fans. I am in Las Vegas at the Super Bowl doing this show for y'all because it's the finale, man. What would it look like if I missed the finale? The way I've been calling some of these things that happened the whole season. So I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. Might love y'all, man. And Moochie, give us your overall feel for this episode. Then we'll go through it in the chunks of what we saw.
Well, I went crazy last night. I pulled an all-nighter. So I was here for it. I already told you. I told you I'm running on an hour sleep. I went to sleep at 3 and then I went live at 6. I was live last night at 1 and I don't think we got off there till almost, and then I did some other stuff, but I don't think I got off there till almost 2:30.
Wow.
Well, we had a good time.
You pulled the all-nighter, man. And Moochie, before you give me how you felt about the episode, let me say this to all these people that is a little upset that our prediction came true about Unique, and now they want to run around here and talk about, well, does that mean Ghost is alive? My answer to you is, yeah, Ghost is alive. His ass name is Tariq. The entity known as Ghost lives on through Tariq. So there you go. Let's move along, people. Move it along. And I will get to my super chatters at the end when we take our super chat comments. We'll do them first, then we'll take a few of what you fans thought. And as always, we're grateful to you fans. Like we talk junk to some of y'all. Some of y'all we know as family. Some of these are Johnny come latelys that ain't been following me and Mooch while we've been doing this journey. So they've been talking a little stuff. But to our fans and the ones that are getting to know us, we genuinely like to have fun. And I want to shout out all 202 of y'all for being in here watching me on a random live 9:30 on Friday of the Super Bowl. Having said that, be sure to subscribe, share our content, download the podcast. All our links is in the video description. Come join me on TikTok because them TikTok folks crazier than the YouTube community. So come join and see what they be saying in the comments over there. So Moochie, tell us how you felt about this episode. Give us your overall view of the episode and what ranking would you give this? Give it out of on a 10 scale, how would you rank the episode?
I gave it a 9.55, I think. I won't give it a 10, but I won't give it a 10, but I'll give it a 9.5. It was an emotional roller coaster. When y'all know how I love my Lulu, y'all. Yeah. When that first came up where it looked like he was in a coffin, I was like, oh Lord. Lord, no, Jesus, no. I had a couple of no, Jesus, no moments. And I did post it on my TikTok as well as my Instagram. So yeah, we had a couple of no Jesus, no moments and screaming and cheering moments. This was a good episode, yo. Look, it was good. I know power sticks with often the relatives. I wish they would move away from that, however, but other than that, I liked it. Only thing I wanted that we all wanted was for Ronnie to go in the furnace, and it did not.
Yeah, we all wanted to see roasted ass Ronnie. That was his nickname. I guess I can't call him roasted ass Ronnie no more because we wanted him to get in that furnace. But even though that didn't happen, I mean, it was still a great episode. Like, the way we view it, y'all, our predictions don't have to be right for it to be a good episode. It just makes it fun. It's like a football game can still be fun even if you don't gamble on it. But if you gamble on it, that makes it that much more intense. And that's all we be doing with our predictions. That's it. I mean, we like to have fun with y'all, and we enjoy doing fan theories. Moochie, I even did an impromptu video with Lexa Targaryen just on the drop of a dime because a fan sent me something and he was real passionate about it. He's been sending me messages for a very long time. And just so he could have his voice, I just did a real quick jump on up here and give a fan salute. And, that's what we try to do for y'all. We're trying to expand our game up a little bit more and get you all involved a little more and just have you engage with us and these shows that we love and some of the movies we love a little more. And so, Moochie, I gave this thing a 9 as well. I loved it. Some people didn't like the ending, the way Unique just popped up after all the bodies was dead, because there were a lot of questions that didn't get answered. For me, I felt like that made a good cliffhanger for a new season.
Exactly.
So you have cliffhangers that are like in-season cliffhangers, and then you've got to have like a little bit of a step up in the game of a bigger cliffhanger for a whole new season coming. Because what we don't know about Neek is, first of all, where your ass been at, looking like death warmed over in the microwave. R.I.P. Got your ass up out the grave. Where you been at? We don't know that. Considering the way he got that butt beat, Moochie, we don't know what his mindset is. Like, is he gonna be is he gonna be rubbing on Rock booty, Unique, or is he gonna be, I might want to try to train your son, Unique, because I'm mad at the world now. We don't know what Unique we're gonna get. This could be zombie mode Unique. Looking at his ass, that's what I'm gonna call him next year. Zombie mode Unique, till he get his face fixed. We don't know what we can get out of Unique. So I thought it was great. Even though I didn't like to see my man Detective Mike Tomlin Howard die, we all kind of seen that coming because Rock was never going to throw any of her family under the bus. No. She wasn't. She wasn't. And this is where I'm gonna start you at, Moochie, because I'm a little bothered by this. No, I ain't even gonna go there first. I'm gonna start here first, Mooch, because this is your boy, Lulu Thomas. Talk to me about how you felt as Lulu was in therapy, how the deep conversation he had with Rock, and ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, the conversation with Lulu and Rock, that shit was touchy. Do you feel me? Like you could feel the hurt on both of them. You could really feel Lulu was in trouble. He was in pain. And shout out to Malcolm Mays, man. Boy, you killed it this season.
He did his thing, y'all.
Having said that, Mooch, I give the floor to you. Talk to me about this arc with Lulu and Rock.
This arc with Lulu and Rock, it shows you, like, remember when I explained to you how she could get in his head? She had this, she took care of him like that was her child. You know how you get like latchkey kids? And you know how their parents, you know, they was like doing their own thing. So Marvin, Rock, and Lulu, and Rock basically took care of her baby brother.
Yeah.
And you actually see how she truly feels about him finally.
Right. Yep.
And how he feels about her. That's why he was so hurt when he was like, F Rock, F Rock, F Rock.
But Moochie, they portrayed that family dynamic this season so well. Like both of these two characters was having pain, but they expressed it in two totally different manners. You know, Lulu was spiraling out of control. Like a young son would, you know, and Rock, instead of spiraling out of control, she covered her pain through control. And while she was trying to cover her pain through control, you have two entities that are like children to you, Lulu and Kanan, and you're losing both of them. You losing both of them. So that I felt this one, man. Like this was some real touchy moment stuff. But the question I have for you, Moochie, this could be Lulu's character arc turnaround. Do you feel he's going to be back to the old Lulu, who's going to be the wingman for Rock taking Negroes out? Or do you feel he's going to try to go the straight and narrow with the music?
No, I think he realized at this point this is who he is. And he had to come to terms with it. He's still having a hard time coming to terms with it. And I'm gonna try to stick here and not, you know, I'm keeping on I don't want to put on my track shoes tonight, so I'm being easy.
Oh no, you know, look, man. Look, let me block this chick trying to give folks her WhatsApp numbers now. Young, let me take this picture down.
You gotta give me a wrench, bro.
Young lady. I
got the hammer. Just give me the wrench so I could take care of it.
If you want to give one of these fine gentlemen that follow me your number, you know, all you got to do is DM us so that I can pass the information. I don't want you getting up here throwing out your WhatsApp's number up here, man. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Who
don't
they
do
trying
that.
to holler?
You look thirsty now. You look thirsty. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. And trust me, we got plenty of men that's thirsty. They want to drink, but they want a clean drink. Okay, so do it the right way. Inbox folks, or make it known that you're trying to meet somebody the other way. Don't just put your damn WhatsApp number up there. Damn it. But anyway, back to what I was saying, Moochie. Lord,
that went left, right? Took us off the track.
Boy, it always go left in here. If it's Lulu, ladies love Lulu. What do you see Lulu doing next season?
As far as Lulu, I think he's gonna be doing. I hope he's doing this thing with this music. I hope Jukebox doesn't go in the army. Right. I'm hoping that they all do some more music, and she puts it on hold or something. And I would love to see him. I would love to see a turnaround with him.
Yeah.
And I just want that Rock and his relationship to get better, and it's on the road to that.
Definitely.
And please stop drinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got 320 of y'all in here. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm very thankful. Go ahead and give me those 320 likes. Share if you want to, super chat if you want to, stay, chat with us. We'll get to your comments at the very end, but keep bringing them in here because we're going to read some of them. Show us about you guys, and we're going to keep doing more of what we can to have you engaged. Moochie's link is in the video description. Subscribe to that sister. She puts out great work too. Let's talk about Marvin. Another one that the ladies love. Ladies love Marvin on this show. And considering all the things that happened with Marvin in this episode, what do you see going on with him next season, Moochie? Because number one, Tanner fucking Sachs didn't have enough to take him down. He didn't have enough to take down Howard either. So are we comfortable with saying Marvin is in the free and clear now? How are we going to do his story arc next season, Moochie? The floor is yours.
I want to say Marvin is in the free and clear.
Okay.
And I also want to say that London Brown did an awesome job.
They all did.
The cast was phenomenal. It's like I could say something. Lulu and his acting. Oh Lord.
Yeah, like so when we, ladies and gentlemen, everybody did good, but certain people had to I'm just going, for me, example, I'm taking acting classes, and I'm learning what it takes to take yourself through the different emotional stages of how you got to portray a character. For my people that sing, think about octave levels in your voice. For Malcolm Mays to be a hardcore gangster one season, and then this season totally turn that shit down and be an emotional drunk, display tears, and go through that and still be beloved by you all by the end of the season, that demonstrated range. Don't be surprised if you start seeing that brother in the MCU. Major movies, and movies is what he wants to do. But anywhere he wants to go in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to ride him because he's going. But having said that, Marvin did good too, because he did good, not necessarily displaying a range of emotions, but displaying a loyal, newly committed father and a best friend, and still being a loyal big brother to his sister. You got all that from Marvin. So Moochie, talk to me about what you think they're going to do with Marvin next season, and how did you like his role in the finale?
I loved his role in the finale. Like I said, he's been the MVP of almost every episode. I want to say every episode, because he has truly shown he has matured from what we first met him as the character. It seems like him and Lulu basically swapped behavior, and it was just crazy to see in front of my eyes that how these two actors portrayed that, and I enjoyed it.
Moochie, think about Marvin. Marvin went from back slapping his daughter, calling her a faggot,
to accepting her, picking the next girlfriend out.
Yes, not only accepting her, but knowing she likes girls and seeing a good girl and saying, go holler. Knowing that his daughter is talented, saying go sing, be that jukebox and go sing.
Exactly.
And he had us worried the whole season. Now I was wrong. When I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong. I was wrong. I thought he was going to go to jail. I thought I was standing on that one just as much as I was standing on Unique returning, that he was going to go to jail. And I thought that because they took him on such a huge character arc swing, it was almost like poetic justice that something bad had to happen to him. And this whole Thomas family just about got away unscathed this season. They wrapped this shit up with a pretty Christmas bow. The kind of Christmas bows, if I give my wife, it ain't got to be nothing in the box because she's so enamored with the damn bow, okay? Now, wherever they make them at, send me some so I can quit spending money on gifts. But anyway.
Do you think they really came out unscathed? Look at I feel like it's going to be a lot of trauma with this Thomas family. It's already trauma with the Thomas family. Lulu's dealing with his trauma. As far as Marvin,
yeah,
I wish he wouldn't have stayed so focused like Young Boy 24 says. He should have been focused on Lulu instead of Rat Gerald. And it's just that's that was his only flaw this season. That's it.
Well, instead of saying, I guess for me, being unscathed means nobody went to jail, nobody died in the Thomas family. You know, nobody got shot, which I'm about to talk about that too, because ladies and gentlemen, that was some black girl TV magic, the way Rock survived all them bullets spraying, and her car ain't even bulletproof. She survived. I'm gonna get there in a minute. But for me, Moochie, just having them nobody go to jail. You pretty much can blame everything on Detective Howard now, and nobody dying. To me, you unscathed. Like, yeah, you got mental scars. That whole family is wearing scars, Moochie, but nobody's dead. Nobody's going to jail. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. It's gonna look. You know what it's gonna look like, though, right, Lamont? It's gonna look like Rock is gonna come out smelling like a rose. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if I say it now, the mice in the corner will get it. So I'm gonna just hold that to me. It's ridiculous now.
Moochie. When you got a face like this, honey, it don't matter what the hell you smell like. I mean, you can smell like that heaping pile of stuff in Oscar the Grouch trash can. But when you got a face like this, you can get away with smelling like anything.
Look at what Stefano did.
Let me tell you something.
She's probably not even going to have to pay on the VIC because she bought the money back within a couple of hours. That's what I was like, yo, she probably not even going to have to pay no interest on it. Nah.
It'll be very low. Some chocolate penny draws going to have to be given up. You know, Pop's going to have to come off them chocolate panty draws. Stefano want him some chocolate panty draws, Moochie. And once you go black, Moochie, what happened?
Well, if they carry on next season, then I could see something not going good for Rock.
Of course. That's how they want it.
They would go into business together, but it is going to be some type of rivalry between her and Pops, and I would love to see it.
Wouldn't you love to see a little Pops and Rock action on top of each other?
No, that's not my forte, sir. Look, I don't want to see that. That's not what I'm into.
These are two women we're talking about. That's why she said she ain't into. I have a studio audience, y'all. So you know, while I'm here in Vegas, I'm keeping my studio audience engaged too.
Look, you ain't even supposed to be talking about what's going on over there, because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Anywho.
Well, look, I'm on camera right now, and ain't nothing gonna stay in Vegas while we recording. So I mean, I might as well
in that little area right where we seeing. That's what we see, and that's there.
Okay. Studio audience, don't say a damn thing. Okay, don't let people hear your voice. Don't say nothing. Okay. So now, Moochie, we do have to talk about this miraculous escape. Look at this shit, Moochie. Look at that. It looked like it snowed on the car. It's so bullet riddled. And then look at the fact, like her acting with her face too, man. Good gracious sake. Boy, let me tell you something. When she seen this thing roll up and she got hurt, Moochie, did you ever think she got hit during this? Like at any point in time, did you think she got hit?
I was worried when she sideswiped that car. To get away from him, and then the car got blocked. I think it was an Oldsmobile, but the big boy car got blocked, and then she was able to get away. So I was like, "Dang!" But I thought they was gonna go to the car if she was hurt. But then once we ain't see her no more, I was like, "Oh, okay, she's all right."
Yeah, she was all right. Now Moochie, I got a whole lot to say about this situation, but I'm using this situation to catapult me to this. After that happens to her and she survived, look who pop up to let Kanan know what the hell is going on.
Famous.
My boy Famous.
He's his true friend. He was really very worried about him. You got to keep in mind they grew up together. So even that's like his brother and his brothers fight. And they just had like a little argument. So, it's really nothing to them. But Kanan really want to keep him far away from this because he knows that Fame is really not built for this life.
Now, Moochie, I was telling people that throughout the rage that Roasted Ronnie was showing toward Famous, you could see in Kanan's heart there was a soft spot for Famous. Like a couple of times, people was telling me I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, Moochie. They was saying I ain't see it. He ain't care. We saw it. And the fact that this boy came up here to warn him about his mama. And you got to think, Moochie, he Famous look at Rock like kind of his mama too. When she gave him that money, you remember how he referred to her like basically Mrs. Thomas.
Miss Rock.
yeah. Like Famous look at her like a mom's too. And so Famous let him know what happened. And then Moochie, Kanan went down there, and did he not let Ronnie have it?
Yes.
Talk to me about that, Moochie. Like, dude, I said, it's my family. Stay the F out of it. Moochie, I loved every minute of it because Kanan realized this. Kanan don't respect Ronnie. And Ronnie feels like the only way he get respect is through fear. And Kanan ain't afraid of him. So talk to me about how you like the way that whole thing went down, Moochie.
I was saying when he rolled up in there and then Ronnie raised his voice and he yelled right back at him. And it looked like Ronnie didn't even know how to have a rebuttal to that. So then I knew, I said, oh, Kanan got him. Kanan got him. He got him. He's about to handle him.
Right.
But I never saw how he did this. And it was I love the plan.
Yep. And we'll get back to that saga in a minute. But while we're talking about Famous, Moochie, Lord have mercy. We should have known. The writing was on the wall, Moochie. And I think you caught this. When that gun went in that shoebox at Famous Mama house, you didn't need the Hubble telescope to see this shit coming.
No.
She took the gun, Moochie, and turned it in. Now, look, you got a mama that want her son to not be dealing with this street life. But Moochie, you a mother. Would you have turned the gun in first, or would you have confronted your son about it first? How would you have handled it? And then tell me how you feel about the way his mama handled it.
This is the part I think they got wrong. Because a Latino woman and a black woman with bringing stuff in their house, that would have never happened. She should have been like, when he came in, that could have been on the table and be like, why is this in my house? I thought she was gonna get at him like that and then kick him out. I was like, dang, she actually took it to the precinct and expected the police not to be called.
Right. Man,
and
come on.
You got to listen to your kid. He already said, look, I got into some crazy stuff. But she already assumed that he KI double hockey stick someone.
Right. Which he did. I mean, she's right. She's right in her assumptions. Like, look,
Lamont,
she's right in her assumptions. But
Kanan told him, you never talk about this. So he doing what Kanan said. He ain't talking about it. It didn't happen. You don't tell that to no one.
So after all that goes down, they come for Famous. They come for him. They put him in the paddy wagon. They take him to the precinct, and they grill the hell out of my man. And guess what, Moochie? He ain't talking.
Nah, he held it down.
He said, F the police. I want my lawyer. Then, after he's not talking, Captain Baptiste and Tanner Sachs, knowing they ain't got nothing that can stick to the Thomas family, or Detective Howard for that matter, they basically trying to put the squeeze on my man Famous, which leads me to this with you, Moochie. Is Famous going to become an informant next year and be the reason why Kanan has to kill him? Because I'm still standing 10 toes down that Kanan will eventually have to kill Famous. But I've got some people saying that Famous is in jail on the OG power. Moochie, shed some light on this situation.
I could definitely see him becoming a threat if the police keep coming around and he gets caught in the mix, like get picked up where they gonna make, put the press to him and make him become an informant. Then I could see that happening. But I want to know if he fully left his little habit alone, because remember he was messing with the rocks for a minute.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely on them rocks. He was on that Henny too, Moochie. But I mean, look, he was gonna go to his meeting with Homeboy, man, and sometimes certain small things can breathe life into someone who seems lifeless. Famous was getting ready to take off in his career, and I don't think he would have blown those opportunities. And now, in order for him to stick with that opportunity, Tanner Sachs is going to be on him, Moochie. And Captain Bat Tweets is going to be on him too, because you still got some cases that need to be solved. I don't think that Burke Daddy going to give up. He's not going to give up. Now that Howard is dead, it's going to look too convenient to try to blame everything on Howard. So I feel like Famous is going to have to become a CI. What say you, Moochie?
I mean, it could go two ways, because there was, Ronnie there. Ronnie just got out. It was a power struggle with him and Unique, and they could say this was all of them three together.
Right. Could do that. We'll see, but streets need a body, and that body ain't Famous. Okay, I don't want to see Famous body on no damn streets. No, we don't want that. Then, Moochie, we got to get to my girl Jukebox. Oh, Jukebox. And Aisha. Now, Moochie, you was on my live stream the minute Aisha gave that girl what I thought then was an aspirin, only for me to learn it was a Tic Tac or something like that. I said in that moment, these two are going to be a love interest.
Yeah, you did.
And now we learned.
I want to say the first episode.
That was it.
Yeah.
And now we learn on the back end, Moochie, that Aisha really cared for her. And the only reason she tolerated Kanan was because she was struggling with her feelings of basically liking another female.
Yeah.
She don't really want to see Juke leave. And we felt like Juke was pushing her toward her cousin because Juke was still dealing with pain from White Nick's death.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel with the way they left this relationship?
I believe we're going to see them see each other. I think I want to know if they think the group is over, but the group still sounds like it's up in the air, even though we knew from the future that she was in a group and they almost made it. I think it's gonna be a little bit more to the story. I just want to see if Lulu's gonna try to bring her in and have her be a solo performer for a while.
Why don't she do? Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, Moochie. But I want to see her and Famous do something together again. I want to see that.
Oh, they will. They will. I can see that happening.
Now, what are we gonna do about this military thing, Moochie? Because at the end of the day, Jukebox thinks that going to the military is going to help her escape the scars of her family. It's not going to. That's not going to happen. It's going to probably get worse. People, I've hired people in Tyson Respiratory Services that used to be in the military, and these was women, and they come back fucking alcoholics, torn up in the head, ready to sleep with married men. Like that, the army messed them up. Like it really messed them up. So how are they? I don't think she's going to the army, Moochie. So how are they going to get her out of it?
I think she's going to get out of it. I want to say she's going to get out of it because she wasn't sworn in. I'm sticking with that. That's what I was like. Only way I could see her going in there if she was sworn in. I think I could see Marvin helping her get out of this situation. I could see
Oh.
Rock helping her get out of this situation because Rock already sat there and told her, if this is not what you want to do, you don't have to do this. But then again, she's so upset with their blowback for messing up her little chance that she had. She might not go to. She might not go to them for help. She's not
Right.
mad at her dad though.
She's not mad at Dad. Do you feel like she's mad at Kanan?
Yeah, because all of this stems from him. If he never gave her the dope in the bag, it wouldn't have went that far. Nicole, it's like a whole domino effect because he want to carry on like he grown.
I still feel like there's this love connection between her and her cousin Kanan. Like I feel you. I'm with you on all that, but something in me still says that they still have a little bit of a connection left that can be salvaged.
Of
Kind of
course
like
they do.
kind of like Famous and Kanan. Like they seem like they was at each other's ends, and they back. He just basically came and say and let you know what was going on with your mama.
But you know what, Lamont? It could go another way too. For the simple fact is, if she finds out that he staged that whole kidnapping thing, she might not trust him as much anymore, and she might see him very different the way he started her,
Oh.
even though he knew he had to have her be unknowing about the whole plan because it had to come off.
Well, speaking of that, Moochie, how do you feel about How do you feel about roasted ass Ronnie wanting $500,000 from the Thomas family and the business in order to reclaim what they want?
He done lost his mind. He done lost his weird mind.
Are you gonna miss him? Are you gonna miss him?
I'm glad he's gone. I'm sorry. I was clapping and rejoicing, and I it was like I saw a goal being scored. When
Wow.
Only thing I was disappointed in that he didn't go in the furnace. Sure, I had a whole thing where I wanted him to get put in the furnace, and we see Unique come out. But I was right; he did come out in that room, y'all. I did say that, but I thought he was gonna come and stand behind Rock.
Oh, so you wanted roasted ass Ronnie to be like chestnuts roasting on an open fire. You wanted to see nuts all over just burning up.
And look, I just want to hit the head. You remember how Dre went and we heard him screaming and saw him in the flames? That was the effect I wanted.
Okay. I get you on that. So after we get all that stage, we get to this right here. We got Ronnie, Kanan, Rock, and Daddy, Detective Mike Tomlin Howard. And when this scene came up, Moochie, what was going through your mind when you seen all these people in this scene together?
I was like, this part, we knew Ronnie was gonna go, but that Detective Howard thing, I didn't see that coming.
We should have seen it.
I didn't see it coming, but I knew she was getting pissed off with him because he kept trying to say it's got to be Marvin. It's got to be Marvin. No, I'm not. I'm not. Her brother is like her right here. He's a front man, not for nothing. That's why she's walking away from this. Nobody really believed that she's a queen pin. Now everybody trying to pin this on Marvin and thinking he in cahoots with them all. Even though technically he was, but
Right. Exactly. But like Moochie, the man was delusional for Rock panty draws whole season. in his mind, he's kind of thinking, hey, we can be a family. Because literally, him and his little plan to throw Marvin under the bus meant she would have to sacrifice Marvin for him.
Yep.
Now, a part of me feels bad that Howard is gone the way he's gone because Rock and that pussy must be evil as hell. And I feel for him. And I kind of didn't want him to die, but it makes sense, Moochie. He's the only piece that could have died. You know, like
now nobody knows that Kanan's father was the police, except for Famous, and Famous not even sure. Famous not even Lulu don't even know. So only person that know is Kanan, Raq, and Marvin. The bodyguard don't know what's going on. He just know a cop came to the house.
Didn't they start doing DNA tests around this era, like 1991, 92? Didn't they start doing DNA tests?
Yeah, but it wasn't. Actually, remember they made a big deal about it with OJ? That's when they really was bringing it to the forefront. In the beginning in 1991, it was just talked about, but they wasn't really. They was using it on some cases, but not like how they using it now.
Oh, okay. So there's no chance we're gonna get some Howard DNA. Bam, bam, put 2 and 2 together and realize, oh, he was the daddy.
No, but we still got the paperwork with Rock being the confidential informant. I think that's gonna come out. If somebody does any more digging, like how Shannon found out, somebody else is gonna find out. It's coming. And and Captain Burke, Shannon's father, he is still digging. Even though Malcolm Howard probably going, he still wants to know what did she find out for her to be taken out like this. He's thinking it's mob related still.
Well, here's the thing about this too, Moochie. Captain Baptiste has proven that he's no dummy. And you know what he said about it ain't no coincidences in South Jamaica, Queens. Ain't no coincidences. So with Howard being dead and all these things coming to light, that's gonna make him want to really put some pressure on what's going on. He ain't no slow leak, Moochie.
No. But I want to see how is this going to play out now that Detective Howard is dead, because they could easily blame it on Ronnie and Unique is considered, deceased. That's why he can't come back. He's not going to be able to come back because they're going to put all of that on them. If they do that, then it'll work.
So speaking of Unique, let me go ahead and put the man's on the screen. That's Unique, y'all. And I know some of y'all women panty draws still get wet with him looking like he's the Crypt Keeper's little brother, scar and all. However, Moochie, did you like the way they had him pop up like the real Black Michael Myers at the end of this episode? Did you like the way they just had him step up with his steel-toe boots in front of his brother, shot and dead?
Yeah, his Tim's on. Soon as I forgot who said it when we was in the watch party. They was like, soon as I saw them scale down to the Tims and go up, I knew it was him. Yes, that we look. This was one of my clapping and cheering moments because I was like, I told y'all, I knew he was alive. I knew he was alive. People was calling me crazy, saying I didn't know what I was talking about. Saying
that's what they do.
Far-fetched. Saying Hammer don't know what she talking about. No, you.
They said that Moochie. I even seen somebody say the hammer is a nail. I was like, "Fuck you."
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hammer is a nail. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'm the hammer is a nail. Boy, you don't get out of here. Oh Lord, we got people in the comments. They clapping back at me, Moochie, when I was talking about the Unique face and getting panties wet. There's women in here talking about some get wet. Oh Lord.
Look, some girls like a scar. They like the tough guy. Look, let me put some cocoa butter on your scar, and you come on and lay down and watch TV with me.
So that's good. And so, Moochie, is it equally as hot if a man like a Scar? Have we not forgot how Chris D. Lofton licked the scar of Tommy's Tommy's
Of
buddy?
Liliana, yup.
Really? Yep.
Yo, he
He
was
licked the
whipping
hell out
that
that scar.
scar. And
Mm-hmm.
he was licking it when we thought they was gonna end up doing the do.
Moochie. Homeboy was licking that scar like a double tooth python. Look,
Mm-hmm.
licking the hell out the scar. Like it was tasty.
He
That's
wanted
what he
him
was
some
doing.
Liliana.
He sure did. I'm glad to see Unique back because we just lost Howard. And Howard
Mm-hmm.
was a pivotal part of this story. You've got to
Yeah.
have somebody replace that now. And of course, Howard does a great job of bringing in new talent season to season. They do a great
Mm-hmm.
job of that. But Howard was one of the foundational forces, and it would have felt a little out of balance. Not saying that you can't do it because you can, but it would have felt a little out of balance to have lost Neek and Howard, both
I
of them.
agree.
And now we got him back. But the problem is, Moochie, we don't know what
You don't know what
Unique
we
we get.
getting.
No, because like let's think about this. Every time you see someone who's supposed to be dead in any show, whether it be DC, since people try to say people that's mad with our predictions, Moochie, that we got this right, they're mad. Now they're saying, oh, Power has turned into the DC universe. We'll use them for example. Okay. When
Mm-hmm.
Superman was killed and they had to dig his Superman butt up, he was not Superman. He was something else. He was something almost of the undead. So is it safe to say that Unique might be a different Unique next season? Could he take on the alias that everybody wants him to have, Moochie, which is Breeze?
I could see that happening for
Mm-hmm.
the simple fact I'm gonna stay in the pocket on this. I could see
Okay.
that definitely happening. I could definitely see that happening because his character, Detective Howard's character is gone.
Right.
She no longer has an inside man.
Nope.
And look, I think he's been watching her for a while.
Oh,
Now that
you
he's here.
do.
I hope we get a backstory.
I'm
I
sure we
hope we
will.
get a backstory from the moment he was rolled down that hill. I want to know what happened to him from there. How did he get nursed back to health? Even if they show little, I hope we get some type of flashback thing. So don't be surprised, y'all. We might still see Ronnie next season because they might be showing us what had happened. You understand?
Well,
Everybody wants a time jump. But I would like to see how he becomes this next person that he's going to be. Is he took a blow to the head? Is his memory going to be good? You know,
mhm.
at one time, him and Rock were basically rivals. You don't know what his mindset is right now.
Yeah, they gave us limited information. We do know that this all took place 2 weeks later. And the thing about that is 2 weeks later ain't enough time really to heal from the way he got that ass beat with a weapon. And you had to get some medical intervention, Moochie. You had to. So, and the only person that I know that mentioned anything about Unique was Detective Howard. So, could Howard have been helping him out? Could Howard have been hiding him? Did Howard give him the dime of what was going on?
Do
Could
you remember
Howard?
me saying that?
I remember.
Do you
I
remember
remember.
me saying that?
I remember.
Do you
Because
remember I
Howard,
said it sounds? I said I know it sounds something like what happened on BMF,
right?
but keep in mind, and that could not be. Other people could have helped him too, and I'll elaborate on that later.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say is, Unique and Detective Howard had a relationship, just like him and Rock had a relationship where they were getting money. So
Right.
he was on the receiving end with Unique. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be a possibility. And he probably told him, gave him a heads up, or it could be another way.
Mm.
Could have
And
found out two different ways where that meeting was.
if you want to know the other way, ladies and gentlemen, you will have to stay tuned to Moochie's reviews, the Hammer reviews. And now We're going to move on. We're going to take your comments, and let me just shout out this amazing crowd. On a Friday night, you all could be anywhere doing anything the hell you want to do, but y'all doing it with us. We've got 535 people in the building, 9:30 on a Friday. It is actually 7:20 for me here in Las Vegas. I'm grateful to you all for sticking with me, showing me love, and sharing me with everyone, helping me grow. Moochie is grateful. That's why we keep doing this. And get ready to follow us for some more great shows. But now let's review some great comments. We'll start with the super chatters. So Moochie, let's go down these super chats. First and foremost, Markel Bruton Young gave $1. Thank you, my brother. I was about to call you my sister, but my brother. Tania came through with the $2, man. Shoot. Go to McDonald's if I want to. I appreciate that super sticker. And then the man who needs a YouTube channel, DeMarcus Vaughn, comes through and he says for $5, I don't mind young Kanan smoking Ronnie to become demon time. Team Ronnie and young Kanan all day. Wow. Well, we know where his money resides, Moochie. We know where his money resides. Where his money resides. Appreciate you, DeMarcus Vaughn. Then we got the big homie, Marquez X, with How Without the Picture, with the $10 super chat, brother. Thank you for supporting us on that level. With How Without the Picture, this is the beginning of the end of Rock's organization with no inside man. Wow. Moochie?
Yeah.
What's she gonna do about that, Moochie? Because you got to have an inside man when you at the level they at. But couldn't she just borrow whomever Stefano has as an inside man? Couldn't she just piggyback off that person?
I mean, she could. She could also remember those guys that kept coming around the plaza. Those were the same guys that picked up Lulu.
That's true.
I feel like she's gonna get these good dudes in her pocket. I don't know if they're gonna play nice with her though.
Hey, because the way they was looking at her and talking about her, they want to get some of that chocolate too, man. They want some chocolate drip.
They all
and
want chocolate.
I ain't talking about the IV in the hospital, y'all. I mean, they want that chocolate drip from down below. And studio audience, stop this stuff, studio audience. Okay, you're throwing me off my show. Stop this stuff now. Damn, studio
Let me
audience.
find out you getting flashed over there.
Hey. Tania comes back and says, why is Marvin always eating? That's an easy question. His ass is hungry, Tania. He got a high metabolism.
I could give you the answer to that, Tania. Remember, he's a recovering addict also. So they do that a lot to avoid either smoking and stuff like that. That's why he snacks like that a lot.
That's like the code. That's like the habit switching. Keep something in their mouth. And it also fits the moniker, I'm starving like Marvin. So there you go. We got you covered, sis. Then we got Robbie 10437. Hey. Those are some numbers. Those are some numbers in my daggone cell phone, brother. I might have to play them while I'm down here in Vegas. He says $5, and I'll support you. Hey, I need it. Famous holds the key to the Howard Kanan relationship, which might point the feds in Rock's direction for Howard's death. Is it a cop killing? It's definitely a cop killing, Moochie. How you want to answer this question, Moochie?
Oh.
Yeah.
Who they gonna blame this on? Are they gonna come at Marvin for this? But I don't think they can because you got Ronnie there. But they are going to press Marvin.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You sure do. It's gonna be a tough one. The way this went, like this was clean. Like for real. This was clean. The only lead I think that they have right now is they're just gonna have to press Famous, and right now Famous is not talking. That's legitimately all they got is Famous, and he's not talking. I don't know what they're gonna do to conjure up some damn.
How much do he don't know nothing about Rock operation? All he know is what little he was doing with that messenger thing. He was just taking phone calls and sending people places. And that was when they was doing weed. Once they switched over to the hardcore stuff, he was out. So he could just deny.
He can deny. I mean, literally, he could deny everything, but he does know that. He does know who Kanan's real father is, and if pressed the right buttons, maybe they could get him to talk. And if those dots get connected properly, then you could say, "Oh, so Howard was a crook. He screwed this woman underage, had the baby, and he was working with organized crime." Boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Well, they'll do that, but they still trying to pin this on Marvin though.
Yep.
They concentrating on that.
They want him bad, Moochie. They want him bad, Moochie. But you know what? You're not gonna get him. You're not gonna get him. You're not gonna get him. Oh, one of my most favorite names I've ever seen on a YouTube channel. The homegirl, Monique 69 Ways Johnson, and she refuses to tell us what those 69 ways is. So we always have to guess. At least 2 of them on my show. She sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, my sister, for that level of support. She says, "Shout out to the mofos, haters, who doubted my man Lulu. Even though unique, looking like Frankenstein's mom." Oh Lord, Monique. See, that's what that 69 ways is. She's gonna say, even though unique, looking like Frankenstein moms, he can still get it. God. No, I knew what them 69 ways meant. I knew it. 69 ways for her is only 2 ways, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stretch the opposite directions. Appreciate that, my sister. With that, now we'll read a few others, Moochie, before we get out of here. Let's see. Oh, we got another one coming through. It says, HEA says $2. Appreciate you. Marvin is not in the free and clear with Demo alive.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the free or clear.
Okay. I'm sure Moochie got a theory for that. If y'all want to hear it, you're going to have to go on over there and get it. And then we got another $2 from my boy Robbie, who says, "Beauty of the writing is that all roads lead to rock." Damn straight.
Yeah, you ain't never lied.
They damn sure do. They damn sure do. So with him having said that, oh Lord, somebody said Monique the freak. Hey, Adina Howard was a freak too. Oh Lord, if we going somewhere we don't need to go late night and I'm in Vegas, y'all. Monique says Sharon is Karen with 69 ways. God, Lord. Lord have mercy.
Sharing is caring.
Is Sharon is Karen if depend upon who tap out first 69 ways, and you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get down there, get to getting good. Somebody be them tapped out in 30 seconds and they can't do nothing that they need to do. So hey, I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Sometimes you can tap out at the same time though, and it be all right. I'm just saying.
Boy,
who's over there kiki-ing?
Boy, I mean, Lord,
I hear you.
Man, God. For all y'all know, Shannon Sharp could be in here, and y'all in here got the man tickled and shit. That's for all y'all know. It could be Shannon Sharp, Cam Newton. They all could be in this room, and y'all in here got them tickled. Good gracious sake. Let me read one more. No, stop. Look, y'all stop talking about Monique. Okay, stop talking about Monique. Now look, we're going to change the subject from Monique 69 Ways Johnson. That's what we're going to do. We're going to change the subject. All right, Moochie, before we get out of here, I want to talk about one more thing that's going to go down. Well, a couple of announcements, Moochie. Number one, a lot of this audience watches The Chi. And Moochie, did you see the announcement about when The Chi is going to come back on? Uh-oh. You're on mute, Moochie.
Yeah, they said May. I said they switched. Remember, it was supposed to be coming back in January. So I
Right,
guess
and
the
they
strike
switched
must
it.
have threw everything off. So that's probably why they are in May.
Right, so that's coming back in May. And then the other thing that was brought to my attention, my audience, was the thing that they're going to drop about the Freaknik is coming out on Hulu in March.
Mm-hmm.
And because of my age, and a lot of my followers are around my age, some older. Some of y'all already done said y'all a little on nervous, pins and needles, wondering if they got footage of your asses out there. Some of y'all been talking about the new young people and the way they walk around naked when y'all was at Freak Nick. And you might as well say Naked Nick, because that's what it was. You walk around there with Naked Nick.
I have to try it.
I will be reviewing that one. You understand me? It come out like March 12th, something like that. I will be reviewing that because I know some of y'all, and some of y'all might be in that thing. And boy, don't let me see it, because I'm going to talk some stuff. I'm going to have some stuff. So don't worry about me being in it. I ain't in it. I was very young. I was too young to even know what sex smelt like at that age, okay? But I know some of y'all went, and I can't wait to talk about y'all and have me a good old time. And it seemed like there was something else coming out, Moochie, that the fans might be interested in. Well, of course, we know about BMF next month.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out. And if you guys want to watch something right now to fill that gap, why not watch Hightown? It is a great show. Me and Moochie review it. It is a real good show. And having said that, Moochie, how did you enjoy episode 3 of Hightown? Then we'll get ready to get out of here.
I enjoyed it. It's gonna be something that's going on. We look. I don't know. Do you think El Cito's outnumbered?
For the moment, but he's got his girl Charmaine and the uncle in New York that's gonna have to come and help him out. That's how that's gonna go down.
Dag, I hope she don't get jammed up, Charmaine.
No, because that's gonna be his reinforcements. That is gonna be Osito's reinforcements. Charmaine, her uncle, and what's gonna come from New York. That's gonna be the reinforcements. So don't even sweat that.
Yeah, but she on the run, and Jackie trying to get back in. I don't know. If I just want her to go get clean before she end up really hurting herself, because she getting mixed. She's getting caught up with this Swayze character.
Yeah,
he's
man.
Bad news, yo.
He is bad news. So Lucky Chuck said what Hightown is about. It's another drug show on the Cape of Boston. Yeah, on the Cape, and it's real good. Writing is superb. Now, for some of y'all, it might have more Anglo-Saxons than what you would like, but don't let that deter you from something that's good. Just because it's got more white people in it doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean that it can't be quality. It's a good damn show. It's really good, and I would say it's a well-balanced, diverse show, is what I would say.
I agree.
But
I'm glad they showing the other side of the drugs with other people, other races, because drugs do not discriminate. They jack everybody up.
They sure do. They sure do. So
yeah, I'm watching all the Queens Men.
Okay. You watching?
And
okay.
we do. I'll participate on Club Eden Sunday nights at 9 p.m. So tune in.
All right. Well, just know y'all ain't gonna see me again until like you might see a video from me on Monday, man. I don't know when you're gonna get another video from me. I'll be back soon. There's so much to talk about. I didn't get a chance to talk about what happened with Monique. And then there's been fallout with DL Hewley. I ain't got a chance to talk about none of that. Of course, I got to make a video about what happens here at the Super Bowl. So I'm going to have something up here by Monday. It could be like a hodgepodge of a bunch of stuff that has went down. So just keep your notifications on. Like my video, share, comment, subscribe. Till that next Sex is Hell video, man, stick with us. We're going to keep you entertained. And we out.
Ew.